Hey, what's up, everyone? We have some more exciting features for the MyListing Pro plugin. These are in the area of MyListing Tweaks and Fixes, WooCommerce, and we have one for Elementor Popups as they relate to the MyListing header. So, really exciting stuff. Before we get into these, on my screen is the documentation website for MyListing Pro. You can find it at docs.mylisting.club. Jump over there, see all of the exciting features that are in this plugin, check out the changelog, and see how rapidly new features are being shipped. All right, so let's jump over to this test site and let's run through these top to bottom. The first one here is under MyListing Tweaks and Fixes. This is the ability to bulk assign listing authors. Okay. As is the case with a lot of these things that are being built into MyListing Pro, they typically required code snippets, following a guide, things of that nature, things that people don't always want to hassle with. So what we're trying to do here is just make everything super, super easy. Just clicks of a button. So under MyListing Pro, tweaks and fixes, turning on the bulk assign listing author option, that allows you to go under listings, just pull up all of your listings. And now you have the ability to select, whichever listings you want to bulk assign. So we're just going to go in here and select them all for now. And then under the bulk actions menu, we go to bulk edit, click apply. We now have the ability to assign an author. Now, with the code snippet that's typically floating out there in the world, it's only going to allow you to assign those with the administrator role. That's not really super helpful. We also need to be able to assign to the author role or any other roles we want to assign to. So as you see here, as part of MyListing Pro, you can assign it to any role. Okay. So if I was to go in here and choose Pro, for example, that's going to then change the author name listed right here for all of those listings. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and we'll do that real quick. Bulk edit, apply. Author, we'll go ahead and just set it to, we'll go author. How about that? And then we just click update. And there we go. We see all of those are now assigned to the author. So I'm going to go back here and just undo that just to show this one more time. Bulk edit, author. There we go. All right. Huge time savings there. Next up is the ability to set a listing expiration, to manage listing expirations. For that, let's actually go over to the narrative. So let's go to the docs. Let's go under MyListing Tweaks and Fixes. You can also do a search. So I can do a search here for listing expiration management. Update or remove expiration dates for all listings or selected listings without having to open each one individually, which is painfully slow. Off by default, turn it on when you need it. So I'll let you guys read through all of the narrative here. But what we can do over here under listings, same bulk action, select all or a subset, a group, go into bulk actions. And here you can set an expiration date. So currently we see, if we dive into one of these, I'm going to set an expiration date. We'll go June 26th. Actually, let's go July 26th or July 1st even. There we go. We'll go July 1st on this. Go up under our listings. And now we see in the expiration column, July 1st. So I'm just going to select that listing. We're going to pretend that we're updating a bunch of listings here. So under bulk actions, we're going to go set expiration date, click apply. And then you're just from this nice little easy picker, we're going to change this. So I'm going to change it from July. Let's just go August 1st. There we go. We see that is now August 1st. You can see how that is a massive time savings. No diving in and out of each listing to make that happen. This used to require a painful code snippet. You had to put a painful code snippet in place. You had to go visit a separate URL to kick it off. Then you had to monitor it. Those days are over. Also under here, we have the ability to remove expiration date. Okay, so let's say I wanted to remove the expiration date from all of these. Bulk actions, remove expiration date, apply. And this is going to give you kind of like a heads up. Hey, you're going to remove the expiration date from all 5 of these listings. Click apply. There we go. So now all of those expiration dates are gone. Let's go over here, bulk actions. Let's set an expiration date for all of these. And we're going to go, we'll go July 1. There's all of our expiration dates. And then later, if we decide for whatever reason we want to remove those, remove expiration date, boom, just that fast. Okay, next up is the ability to hide the coupon feature from your checkout. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So if you put something in your cart, let's go, we've actually got something in our cart right now, so that's great. And we click view cart, you'll see that you're going to have a coupon code option here. Okay, if I go to proceed to checkout, don't worry about anything you see here. This is just a test site. Like if you're seeing things that are missing, this has nothing to do with the MyListing Pro plugin. This is just a test site. All right, please keep that in mind. So we see that there's no checkout field here. So if you were to go into MyListing Pro and turn this feature off, let's show you what happens. So I'm just going to do a search for coupon, hide coupon feature from checkout. Okay, so here we see, let's go back to our cart. So here we are on the cart page and we see coupon code. So oftentimes people hit this page, put their coupon code, and then they proceed to checkout. So what this feature does is removes this option here, because you just don't want to keep cluttering up the checkout page. If you want to keep your checkout page as clean as possible. So there's no need in this case, because they've already put a coupon code. If they've put one in, there's no need to show this again. So in short, just show it on your cart page. That's what this feature does. All right, so we just check that box, refresh our checkout page, and the coupon is gone. Next up is hide checkout fields if no payment is required. All right, so for that, let's go. Let's do the search for required. Actually, let's do this. Let's do hide checkout. There we go. All right, so simple checkbox again. I'm going to turn that off. Let's go back to our checkout, refresh. We also have another thing turned on here. We were hiding some fields under our checkout manager. Let's go ahead and refresh this again. So they're going to come to the checkout page and we see here that the price is free. So there is no reason to ask them for all of this information. It's just, you don't need to collect it. You are potentially killing conversions. That's part of keeping the checkout page clean. You want to make it simple, clear. Don't give people any reason not to check out. All right. So we come back over here and we do that hide checkout fields if no payment is required. So let's just turn that on. Also, once you turn that on, you can actually choose if you want to bring certain fields in. So let's go ahead and just do it all on this. So when I refresh, literally all the fields will be gone. Okay, well, except for you have to have the email address. So let's say that you also want to collect their name, but nothing else other than the email address and the name. So with this turned on, hide checkout fields if no payment required, we can come in here then and we can say first name, maybe even last name. There you go. So that overrides the email address. So that email address is like, it just depends on the store, but it has to default to something. Like you have to collect something on the checkout page. So that's why it defaults to the email address. So that's why that was there initially, and while it's removed, because we've overridden that by selecting specific fields. Okay, so typically something like this, first name and email address, is what you're going to have for free products, because you want to capture their email address at an absolute minimum, is what I'm trying to say here. There you go. So that's that. So highly customizable, very simple to use. That's what we're going for here with MyListing Pro. The next option is disable WooCommerce related products. For this one, if you go into your shop, let's go, someone's in your shop, let's find a product here. Let's dive into this one. You'll see there's no related products down here. So let's go related products. We've already disabled that. Let's turn that off. Refresh. This is just a personal preference thing. It's kind of like the checkout. Do you want people that go and visit your what's called your single product page to have all of this information that could be overwhelming? There are beneficial reasons to showing related products, to cross-sell people, but not everybody needs this. It's dependent on the site owner's preferences. It depends on their product, what type of products that they have. But this is just giving you that option to turn that off. There you go. All right. The next one up here, the last one for the WooCommerce section, is the ability to do custom URL redirects. This one is a big one, okay? So let's go over to our docs. Let's go here under WooCommerce, and let's do custom URL redirects. And like I said, we've got 5 of them at the time of this recording. Send buyers exactly where you want to send them after checkout. Set a redirect URL on any WooCommerce product, a page on your site, an external funnel, or a specific section on a page. All right, so you can set a different destination per product, set a redirect priority per product, pick a WordPress page and paste an URL. And it works perfectly with the add listing flow feature of MyListing Pro. You have these options. You can redirect after a login. So someone logs into your site, send them somewhere after they log in by a specific role, so you can get even more fine grain. Send your authors somewhere, send your listing owners somewhere else, send your shop managers somewhere else. All of this stuff typically required complex code snippets or additional plugins to make this happen. Not anymore. Redirect after registration, redirect after checkout, and last but not least, redirect after logout. So over here in MyListing Pro, you're going to, under WooCommerce, just do a search for redirect, and you're going to have all of these options available to you. Redirect by purchase product. This was actually a previous feature where you can go into the product, pick any product, and you're going to see, actually that's a group product. That one won't work. Let's go back into this one. You're going to see down here a redirect, custom redirect URL. You can select the page, or you can enter any custom URL that you want, and you can set a priority on that. So if multiple products in the cart have a redirect, custom redirect set, you can set the priority. So this particular product, its redirect always takes precedence over everything else. Okay, so that is a feature there. Redirect after login. You can choose a page. You can put a custom URL. Redirect after login by role. Look at this. Look how fine grained this is. Let's say the administrator role, you want to send them to some page or a custom URL. What if you want to do something specific for customers? You can do something different for them. Very fine grained. Redirect after registration. Select the page or use a custom URL. Same for redirect after checkout. Same for redirect after logout. So this is just a huge, huge time savings. It eliminates all of the complexity of having, I don't know how many code snippets this would require to do. And it's just a massive pain that is now relieved by MyListing Pro. All right. Last but not least is the ability to open a pop-up from the MyListing header control or call to action button, CTA button. So under theme tools, theme options, you have the ability in the MyListing theme to show a call to action button. Okay. And within the settings of the MyListing theme, you have the ability to send somebody to a page. So select that page, and then you can put a label on that button. So if we go to the front end of the site, we have the ability, let's see, why is that not showing? Probably need to turn something on. So we're going to go under MyListing Pro, and this is under Elementor. So we're just going to make sure this is turned on. There we go. So this is why we don't have a pop-up in there. So under theme tools and theme options, if I was to choose a page here, let's just go add listing. That's like a typical way to go about it. Refresh the page. you're going to see that call to action button. But what if we wanted this to not go to a page? We wanted to open a pop-up. All right, so we're going to come over here under Elementor and MyListing Pro. We're going to choose Open Header CTA in an Elementor pop-up, and we're going to select the pop-up. So it's going to give you the ability to select any pop-up that is published on your website through Elementor. So we're going to select that, refresh our page here. Now watch what happens when I click this button. It opens our pop-up. So you can give them, just like it is here, like a welcome, multiple buttons to send them someplace, whether it's add listing or watch a video or send them through an onboarding sequence or sign up for your newsletter or whatever the case may be. The alternative is you just have this CTA button that can send them, that does one thing. It just sends them to a page and that's it. So this is just offering more flexibility. This eliminates a code snippet that the MyListing Club had. You can still use the code snippet from the club. It works in the guide, but this just makes everything super, super easy. You want to go back to having the default CTA, just turn this setting off, refresh your website, click on that button. You're back into the MyListing way of things. Very simple. Very modular. That's what we're going for with MyListing Pro. Everything is modular. You turn on only what you need when you need it. Leave everything off. All that good stuff. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for this release, and I will see you all in the next video.